Story again with tips on trading. Today I want to talk to you about two principal ideas. One, on the one hand, is very lopsided in the market, and probably about, I'd say 90 to 95% of the people out there who are looking to learn how to trade are choosing this side of it, and that is to teach themselves or to go through the motions of gathering what information they can find out online that is free or of little investment. Most of the time those products or those instructional materials are going to come from brokers or introducing brokers, maybe from a company selling a software package and so forth. Sometimes you might see them in a multi-level network marketing company who's interested in making your money every month coming in on those payments you pay in a multi-level network system. I started out that way actually, and I wish now that I had it. But that was how I got my start, and that's how most people get started. Looking for ways to learn how to trade on their own, teaching themselves. With the company that introduced me to Forex trading, within a couple of months, I was actually more knowledgeable than anything they were teaching in both their beginner and their advanced program, which showed me later on just how shallow those programs really were in the first place. I just couldn't tell the difference when I started out. I was too naive. Most people start out that way, and most people don't realize that when they're out there looking to teach themselves by free information, they don't understand the combination of information that's necessary. They don't know whether they've got holes in the works in the project. They're trusting the brokers or other companies to give them this free information as though the broker is just altruistic or something. You know, they just love the idea of making you a successful trader, and hey, I'm not going to charge you a thing. Now, in the real world, we know that that's not really the case. There is no free lunch in the Forex trading market, okay? But 90 to 95% of the people out there learning to trade Forex are doing it, hoping they could do it with a free lunch and not have to really pay their dues to get it. They're trying to teach themselves. And you know, to some extent, a trader can learn to trade, they can learn to become familiar with it, they can get habituated with a pattern, maybe habits. The problem is, they may be learning bad habits. They might be learning the wrong way. And then when the day comes that you finally, if you make it to that point, when you finally get the information or the method that's really going to teach you to be a successful trader, now you have to unlearn all the past. Now, it's important to understand and take a look at this correlation. 90-95% of the people out there trying to teach themselves, and a 90-95% failure rate in the Forex market. How does that add up? On the other hand, let's take a look at what it would be like if you were able to get a mentor. Now that's what I eventually did. In fact, I had to. I went for a couple of years trying to teach myself, trying to figure it out on my own, unsuccessfully, quite frankly, until I came across an individual who had already been through the gauntlet longer than I had. They had survived it even longer than I had, and they had also come across and learned from other mentors that they had met. I began learning from that mentor, and then he introduced me to other mentors, and it cut my learning curve dramatically. In fact, I had wished I had known those people from the very start. The point I'm making here is I learned much faster, much more efficiently, much more effectively when I got a mentor who already had it figured out, who was already successful trading in the market. He already knew the pitfalls, he knew the snares, he knew the traps, he knew all of the advantages as well. He already had the strategies figured out. For heaven's sakes, if I had been able to think of that in the beginning, I would have saved myself 2 years of trading agony and multiple losses. In fact, if I had been taught by a mentor what I'm teaching students now, how to minimize losses, how to minimize risk, how to deal with their full, well-rounded 7 pillars of a trading psychology and 7 pillars of a successful trader, my heavens, had I had a mentor to teach me that from square one, I would have saved myself literally hundreds of thousands of dollars from losses and opportunity cost. By the time I got mentors and began learning from them, it wasn't very long, because I'm a serious trader. I'm an aggressive trader. I put a lot of time in, and I love to trade. It's a challenge. It's exhilarating to me, although sometimes frustrating. I'm not going to fool you. It can be challenging and frustrating. But I love to trade, so I put a lot of time in. It wasn't very long after learning what these mentors were teaching me that I was finding myself making choices that they were making mistakes on. I found myself putting the information from one mentor and another mentor all together in a conglomerate package until I found myself teaching and creating and teaching strategies to others that my mentors weren't even teaching. That synergy of working with the mentors who already had the package put together dramatically increased my ability to learn faster, more effectively, more efficiently, and more successfully as a trader. If I had to give a little bit of advice to anybody who's really wanting to be a serious trader, get a mentor. Find someone who's already been there, who's already got the problem solved, who can teach you what to look out for and teach you the strategies that are already proven and successful. Then, once you learn from them, all you have to do is perfect what you've learned, master it, and overcome yourself. That's Tips on Trading. And this is Steve Nasori. I hope you've enjoyed it again.